ancestors. Edward Rutledge signed the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
John Rutledge signed the Constitution. They're rolling over in their graves right now. I want to know, when you step into the voting booth next November, what character qualities are you looking for in a president without giving your hand?
Well, my ancestors were poor potato farmers from Ireland who couldn't grow them and came over here. So we haven't been able to trace them. I've always tried to trace my family back, and I can basically get back to Ireland in the 1850s. So that's pretty cool to be able to do that. That's a neat thing. Is the person honest? Does the person have core principles that you agree with? More importantly, is the person, I'm a little bit at the pointy end of the tip of the spear these days for just putting ideas out there, putting budgets out there. You got to have the courage of your convictions. You just have to. I mean, if you believe in what you believe, then tell people what you believe, what you will do, and then if you win, you have the moral authority and the obligation to act on those beliefs. It's very refreshing. I never expect everybody to agree with me, but I expect people to know what it is I'm going to do, because I try to be as clear as possible with that. I just feel like that's sort of the covenant you get with the people who elect you, the contract. And so that's what I look for. Is it a beer or a doer? Is it somebody who just wants to be president, or is it something who wants to specifically do something? I really think this is the most precarious moment in our generation, in our lifetimes. No matter what generation you're from, we're going to go either this way or that way in the next couple of years. I mean, just math, it only is enough of a reason. Because we will literally get, if the debt gets to where it's projected to go, we will lose. If this starts happening, it gets out of our control. There's nothing we can do about it. And then the best thing is the Federal Reserve will just start printing money. The misery index is already 13%. You know, inflation with unemployment. And so, is it a person with a plan who knows specifically what she or he wants to do? And does the person have the courage of convictions when the going gets tough, they see it through and get it done and save our country from what I think we could become a European-style, you know, cradle-to-grave welfare state. We're not that far from that. But I also am very optimistic, because I do believe, and I run the numbers and put the bills and add the ideas, I believe we can get it back. I think we can get back to prosperity. Look, usually when you have a deep recession in America, you bounce out of it. You know, the one in the 70s and the 80s, we came out growing at 6 or 8% for almost 2 years afterwards. We're not doing that. We're languishing. We're halfway through a lost decade. Because I think what we are doing is practicing what I call lost decade economics. Just like the Japanese are practicing. We can shake this off if we get the right policies. I need to have the right leader, standard bearer, to push through the right policies. And I fundamentally believe we can get prosperity back in this country. We can grow again. It was this guy and then the gentleman in the brown.